Welcome to Rise and Shine Daily Business Tech Boost with me, Charly Leetham. If you're a small business owner looking to simplify technology and get real, actionable advice from someone with 35 years of IT experience, you're in the right place. Every episode, I'll dive into tools and systems like email, CRM, marketing and tracking, and break them down into bite-sized tips you can use right away. Your time is valuable, so let's get straight to the point. It's time to work smarter, not harder. Rise and shine. It's your daily dose of business tech inspiration with me, Charly Leetham. Episode number 484 today, and we're going to export posts and pages from one WordPress website to another WordPress website. Now, what do I mean by that? It's like, well, okay. The scenario goes, I had a client contact me the other day and say, we've got two websites. One we want to shut down. The hosting's coming up. I don't want to renew the domain name, but I don't want to lose the content that's on that site. What I want to do is transfer it from that existing site across to my new site. Or this other site is not a new site, it's been running. They've been running for a long time. But we're going to close down one, we want to keep the other one running, and we want to take all the posts from the one that we're going to close down and put them on the one that we're going to keep running. It sounds really complex. How do we do it? And I'm like, yeah, okay, cool. I can help you with that. And I'm going to help you guys with that, because I'm sure that you get to a point of, I really want to put this content on another site, or you just want to consolidate. If you've been running for a long time, you've got lots and lots of content spread across a couple of sites and you want to just consolidate it. It's one way of doing it. Might be that someone's actually sent you content from one site and said, can you put these on your site? Why you might want to do that is another matter, but you can absolutely do it. So what I'm going to do is show you how we can export content on one site and we can import it on another site. In this case, we're going to be using posts. The process works the same for pages, and it can work the same for other things as well, but we're going to talk about posts and pages specifically today because they are the default post types in WordPress. The default types, two types of content you can have in WordPress, and then I'm going to show you how to import it on another site. Now, to do that, I'm going to be working on a site that I have had in maintenance for a couple of months now. It's one that I started when I first started doing all of this back in 2007. There's not a heap of content on it, but there's some, and it's a good example of how we can bring it across. The other thing I'll do, just as a little bit of bonus content, I might talk a little bit about the SEO. I will talk about a little bit about the SEO hit and how you can and some of the things you can do about making sure your search engine optimization still works for you, and you don't necessarily bleed all of the SEO you've got on that original site away. Let's get started. I can keep talking, but I can show you as well. So I have you'll see I've got two tabs open here. This one is a site this is the old site, that's what I'm going to call the source site. This is a site that I've had running for a little while. If I go to the posts menu, you'll see that I've got a number of posts here. And what I'm going to do for this demonstration is we're going to take anything from 2010 to 2012, export it, and then import it into our destination site. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 posts that we're going to transfer. And we're going to transfer them to my demo site, which you guys should all be familiar with if you've been following along this podcast for any length of time now, where I've only got 3 posts there and 2 of them are in draft. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the 7 posts here from 2010 and 2012, and we're going to transfer them across to the destination site. How do we do it though? Well, what we do is we come down here to the tools menu. So we got to be in WP admin. Let me just go back right to the start here. Got to be in WP admin. And once we're in WP admin, come down to the tools menu and go to export. Now you do need to be logged in as an administrator to do this. Editors can't do this. You'll see here that when you come down to the tools menu and you come down to export, it's asking you to choose what you want to export. And we've got a whole heap of post types here. Now, these posts have been, these post types come from They come from themes. They come, yeah, that's basically the three places they come from. They come from WordPress default. Posts and pages are definitely WordPress default. The rest of these are, you can see how many posts I've got here. I don't know why I have so many posts here, but I do. Most of these come from Thrive themes, and whatever else I've got on. I've only got Thrive, so most of this will come from Thrive. But today we're just going to export the posts, and I'm just going to take the top post. Now you'll see when I click on posts, it gives me some options that we can choose. I can choose all categories. So if you wanted to, from here, choose a category, you could just choose a category and export it. You can choose authors to export. You can choose dates, and you can choose statuses. So from here, I said I'm just going to do everything from 2010 to 2012. So we're going to go from February 2010 to September 2012, February 2010 to December 2012, anything from those date ranges. Now, you'll notice that it's only giving me the dates and the months and the years where I've got content published, so that should make it a bit easier for you. You can't get granular on this and say, I only want it from the 15th of the month to the 2nd of the month of the next month. You have to take the whole month's worth of content. You can then also choose the status. You want everything that's published, scheduled, draft, pending, or private. So I'm just going to say all. That's all you need to do here. You can, if I want to bring that down, I can say, just show me everything that's in MRR, master resale rights. Okay. I'm not going to do that. I just want all the content from February through to December. Once we get that, we come down here, we say download export file. Put it in my downloads folder. Remember where you save the file. It's an XML file. Now this is telling me I've got a verifier blocked. Check this, because some browsers actually block your downloads if it's not something they recognize. And know where you've downloaded that. That's the important thing, is remember where you've put your download file. Once you've done that, come across to your destination site. Come down to the tools menu again. This time we're going to click import. Under import, if you haven't already got it installed, you come down to WordPress and it will tell you that you need to install it if you haven't got it installed. I don't have it installed. I wanted to do this as a fresh install so that you guys could all see it. So we've got WordPress. We're going to say install now. It's going to install our importer. And I should have some like Jeopardy music. Oh, no, it's there. And now when you come back to the tools import menu and you come down to WordPress, it's going to say run importer. Click run importer. From import, it's saying you choose a file from your computer. You'll see mine says maximum 100 megabytes here. That's set by your server settings. So please make sure that your import file will fit within that maximum size. If not, you might need to contact your hosting provider to get that fixed up. Please choose file. I'm going to go to downloads. We're going to choose the XML file that we just downloaded. And we're going to say upload file and import. Okay, so now that's uploaded the file and it's asking us what our next thing is. I'm going to get rid of my thing there. We can import author Charly Leetham, ACLTT. Who do we want to import her as? Do we want to create a new logger? Do we want to create a new user with a new login name? If you do, just put them in here. So new user, for example. That will create a user called new user and give them a login and all of those things for you. Or you can, what I would recommend you do, assign it to an existing author. I'm going to assign it to myself in this case. Now, this is really important. The import attachments, download and import file attachments. I recommend you absolutely do that, particularly if you've got images embedded in your articles, if you've got featured posts, if you've got featured images. Doing this, or if you've got PDF files or something attached, doing this will download the files from one site and import them into this site. Now, that's not 100% guarantee. There's a couple of things that don't quite work on it, but this is going to save you so much hassle. So do that one, click submit. Now, because we only had a few files, it says it's all done and have fun. Remember to update the passwords and roles of imported users. Okay. So first of all, I'm going to go to my user menu here. I'm just going to check. It hasn't changed because I assigned it to an existing user. It hasn't changed anything. You'll see here that my user now has 7 posts associated with it. And if I go to the posts menu, now I have, it's done a couple of things here. It's fantastic. We've got the 7 posts that we imported. You'll see it's created the categories. If I come down to the categories menu, it's actually created the categories that those posts were part of. It's assigned me as the user. It's brought in all of my tags. And if I just go in and edit an article, so we've got a problem here. Now this image might not have come across because it might not have been linked on my original site. That's probably on me. I don't have, and it hasn't set a featured image. Now, that's probably because of the way these posts were, but what would have happened if I'd had this done correctly? This image would have imported and it would have set the featured image as well. But you can see it's brought across the content. Now, couple of things on it. It's not going to look the same as it does. Well, it may not look the same as it does on the source site. Let me come back and talk to you guys. All right. So a couple of things about it. It might not look the same as it looks on the source site. Now, it might not look the same because you're running a different theme to begin with. Like that's normally what happens. You've got one theme on one site, another theme on another site. You import the content, it just doesn't look right. And that I think is what's tripped me up, remembering how old my original site is. So it's not going to look the same. So don't expect your content to look the same. So sometimes you're going to have to go through and just make sure all your bolding looks right, or your headings look right. Those sorts of things look right. You might need to go through and do a little bit of editing on your posts. If you're running the same theme, I don't think you're going to have any problems. If your images and media don't go across, there is a certain number of steps you're going to have to take to manually do that. I'll cover that in another video. I don't want to drag this one out too far. Now, the thing that you do need to watch is your search engine optimization. If you've got a site that's been running for a while on a domain name, you will have some level of search engine authority. It might not be much, it might be a lot. You will know that because you'll know how many visits you're getting. When you transfer articles from one site to another, they're going to get a new URL. They're going to take the domain name of the existing of the destination site. So when people come and when you shut down your old site and you get rid of that domain name, you get rid of that website, when they come to that domain name, it's going to disappear. You can save some of your SEO, and here's what I'd probably recommend you do. As it's a longer term strategy. It's not just a matter of, well, we can just get rid of everything and be done with that. You think about it and just do it a little more carefully. First of all, make sure you've got search engine console set up and it's indexed your source site. Tell Search Engine Console, go through the process in Search Engine Console that you've changed the URL of the site and point it to the new site. Give it the URL of the new site. Give it the domain name of the new site. It will start to re-index the site. It will start to move pages across. It will start to re-index those pages for you and start to fix that up in and of itself. The other thing I would do is I would keep that domain name for probably at least 12 months. It's not a big fee. You're talking somewhere between 15 and 20 bucks a year, Australian, maybe a little bit more. Maybe, okay, let's say 25 bucks Australian a year to keep a domain name. And what I would do is I would park it on the destination site and I would use redirection tools. And it's one I'll cover afterwards. There's a really cool little plugin that will help you do this, that takes old URL, that will take the old URLs and remap them to the new post URL so that it fixes all of that up for you. Do give that some thought. I just want to use that as an afterthought here. I just want to add it on that, yep, I've said exporting content and importing content to a new website is really easy. It is. You saw how easy that was. You export it, import it, it's done. What isn't easy is making sure that you're maintaining your search engine authority if you want to maintain your search engine authority, if that's important to you. Just remember that when you shut down a site, people going to those old URLs, if you haven't done something with that domain, if you've just said, no, we're deleting the domain, it's not going to have a site on it anymore, they're going to get 404 errors, or they're going to get that site's not found, like not even a 404 error. They're going to get that URL, just that domain name just doesn't even resolve to a website. If that's not the type of thing you want your visitors to experience, you need to have a longer term strategy on it. I'd say at least 12 months, maybe even 2 years, and do things like park the domain on the destination site, use redirections to take old URLs and remap them to the new URLs, new post URLs. Use your Google search engine console tools to tell Google that this domain no longer exists. We've actually moved it across to this new domain name, and let it do its thing in the background. These are not instantaneous things. These take time to achieve. It's taken you years or months or whatever it is to get the search engine authority that you've got today. It's going to take a little while to transfer that authority to the new domain. Okay, I don't want to go into too much detail on that one. If that is of interest to you though, and you want to know a little bit more about what I'm talking about and those tools that I was mentioning and the processes I was mentioning, please drop comments. Let me know. I'm happy to go through them. They're little things that I found as I've been doing this over the years. What do you guys think? How do you feel about exporting and importing content across the sites? Is this something you didn't know? Have I ever taught you something? Have I shown you something you didn't know? Is there something that I missed that you'd like to share with me? If that's the case, please leave comments wherever you're watching or listening to this video. You can always come across and join me on my locals community, askcharlyleetham.locals.com, and share your hints and tips there, or ask for a support there. That is a community for business owners who want to understand and get a better handle on their tech. There we go. If this video was useful to you, please give it a like, and if you haven't already, I would really appreciate it if you'd subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell to find out when I drop more content. Apart from that, guys, I will see you all tomorrow. Bye. Hey there, thanks so much for tuning in to Rise and Shine, your daily business tech boost. I hope today's episode gave you some actionable insights that will make your business tech work smarter for you. If you found value, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with other small business owners who could use a daily boost. For more tips, tools, and resources, visit www.askcharlyleetham.com. Until next time, keep rising, keep shining, and let's make tech simple together.